Actually, wait, timer doesn't start until, oh, right, shift key? Okay. It doesn't start until, after I crash. Do driver pressure for your commentary works? I mean, I think both are valid, but I haven't done that in a while, so I'd wanna, anyway. Better not kid gloves, Mr. Valiant. You see, this is how we handle things down in Jewtown. I figure you of all people would appreciate that. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Hey, wait a minute! Hey. I've been trying to get him to quit for years, but he just won't listen to me. What do you know, you dumb broad? You get the IQ of a rattle. Hey, you Valiant? Yeah. I want to talk to you about the Acme murder. Hey, stop! Why don't you run downstairs and get me a racing form? Oh! Okay, I'm going. Ladies, man, huh? My problem is I got a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old lust and a 50-year-old lust and a 3-year-old dinky. Yeah, must be tough. Oh. Yeah. What does Baby Herman say? Rabbit, I want to talk to you about the rabbit. He's not a murderer. I should know. He's a dear friend of mine. I'm telling you, Valiant, the whole thing stinks like yesterday's diapers. Look at this. The paper said Acme left no will, but that's a load of succotash. Any Toon would know that Acme left a will. He promised to leave Toontown to us Toons. That will is probably the reason he got bumped off. Has anyone ever seen this will? No. But he gave us a solemn oath. If you think that Joker could come up with anything solid, the gag's on you, pal. I just figured since you were the one who got my pal in trouble, you could be the one to help get him out. I could pay you. See if you're playing for a pair of elevator shoes. No, really, no, my stogie! Wah! Doing this. During the fucking platform exploding and dying. It's fucking incredible. Okay. Not my fault, Rabbit guy. Rabbit got caught. All I did was take a couple of lousy pictures. Oh. Baby was right. Please tell me I picked Rescue the Research Center. Please tell me. Thank God, that would have sucked. Anyway, that was it. Oh yeah, dude, 5 minutes, so this is perfect. How the hell did you get in here? Through the mail slot. I figured it'd be safest if I waited inside. Tears down, wanting for murder. No kidding. Just talking to you. Give me a rap for aiding and abetting. Wait a minute. Anyone know you're here? Not anybody. Not a soul except for who? Well, you see, I didn't know where your office was. So I asked for the newsboy. He didn't know. And so I asked the fireman, the butcher, the greengrocer, the butcher, the baker. He didn't know. But the liquor store guy, he knew. And I was the whole damn town now, darling. Please. I never killed anyone, I swear. This whole thing's a setup, a scam, a frame job. Ow! Eddie, I can never go away. Ow! My whole purpose in life is to make people laugh. Alright, sure. I admit that I got a little steamed when you told me those pictures of Jessica. So I went on over to the tush over tea kettle, paint club, but she wasn't in a dressing room. So I wrote her a love letter. Wait a minute. You're telling me that in a fit of jealousy, you wrote your wife a love letter? That's right. I knew that she was just an innocent victim of circumstance. I suppose you used the old lipstick on the mirror routine, huh? Lipstick, yes. Mirror, no. I found a nice, clean sheet of paper. Dear Jessica, how may I love thee? Let me count the ways. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4. Why don't you just leave the letter there? Obviously, a letter of this power and magnitude should be red in person, so I went home to wait for her. But the weasels were there waiting for me, so I ran. Then why come to me? I'm the guy who took the pictures of you and of your wife. That's right, and you're also the one who helped all these toons. Anyone knows that when a toon's in trouble, there's only one place to go. Valiant and Valiant. Yeah, not anymore. Get out of that chair! Fuck. It's my brother's chair. Yeah, where is your brother anyway? He seems like a sensitive and sober fellow. That's it. Call the cops. Go ahead! Call the cops! I come here for help, and what do? You turn me in! No, don't feel sorry for me. So long. And thanks for nothing! That's the closet! Stupid. And that's it for the quote, the 5 minutes for quoting that movie. Thank you for redeeming, and we'll see you next time. So anyway, Contra Hardcore. Yeah, this game, part of my childhood. It's the kind of game that I have become. Oh, no problem, Rox. The kind of game where I've gotten too good at the game, so it's harder. It's hard to remember what it's like for it to be hard. I say that, but doing the speedrun of this, it's a slightly different beast. So yeah, there's a few. Most of the difficulty of this run will come down to the RNG, mostly because, like, you know, like, every now and then a attack pattern will screw you over or whatever. But I'm using Browny, who is basically the easy mode character, and like all of his attack, like he has the longest slide, which gives iframes. He has the longest. He has like basically the best weapons. He can double jump. And he's also shorter than everyone else, so a lot of bullets that would normally hit the other three characters will go over his head. So you have less to worry about. I don't know if those guys will hit me or not, but you know, I know. I want to be careful. Anyway, here's Neumann Cascade. He's Hacker Man, and he's gonna take us into our amazing digital world. Those of you who played Cuphead will recognize the three forms he takes: Taurus, Sagittarius, and Gemini, which the Zeppelin chick from Cuphead also did. So yeah, that's a fun reference that Cuphead did. But yeah, yeah, the route we are doing, it is going to be rescue the research center, which you saw, and fight to the end, which it's basically the golden ending of hardcore, because there's lots of like less good endings or bad endings or whatever. And there's the major RNG of this fight. Sometimes Gemini will come towards you, or he'll not come towards you, and it's just like there is a chance you'll just get screwed. But luckily, because Browny is very safe, he can likely jump over Gemini if he gets too close. Now, normally we'd be using a bomb to destroy this tank, but since I accidentally wasted a bomb, being an idiot, I'm going to just fight this guy normally. So, but yeah, normally you'd use a bomb to destroy this phase, which basically zero cycles it. Okay. Also, how's it going, Val? And this fight's this phase is pretty easy. Just avoid the techno chips. 10-minute average for 10-minute warning for arcane. Gotcha. Okay, provided I don't completely eat it, this should be good. And honestly, I kind of don't want to eat it, considering having the fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit commentary as the submission thing would be amazing. You know what? Maybe I will submit this to GDQ as well, just because it's completely unhinged. Let's do this. Okay. I'm gonna play a little more cautious in that case. Okay. I mean, still aggressively, because, you know, this is we be speedrunning. Wow, nice slides, Browny. Every now and then, this boss will turn red immediately, and hopefully he doesn't. But I guess we'll see what happens. And he turns red immediately. I don't know what causes that, but that means we can't hit him for a bit, or until he, like, unreds. Local man broken by speedrunning starts quitting movie. Also, his snout will track you, so, like, you don't want him to be turning red and looking at you, which is not like it's unavoidable, but, you know, it might take you by surprise if you don't know the snoot tracks. Hey, that snoot, yeah, that tracks. Okay, then you gotta give this guy you gotta de-louse the dinosaur. Use the yo-yo. I almost always use the D weapon for this. Don't shoot his nose or he will sneeze on you, and that will be very bad. Okay, this boss is probably the next annoying RNG contention point. And you might recognize him from Vampire Survivors, because he's one of the several enemies that made it onto the Contra, the Operation Guns update from earlier, I think, this year or last year? Okay, we didn't want this. This is the worst attack. Okay, that's bad. This guy's just a silly little guy. Okay. That his buddy will come in and merge, and then they'll become an even goofier guy. Oh, come! Oh! Well, at least I got most of his HP down. Okay, then here, this phase we bomb and... That, take out the flowers. Okay. Alright, we're good. We bounce back. Now for now for the boss I will call 7 Farce, because it wishes it was 7 Farce. Oh, hey Joe. This will be your graveyard. Yeah, if you don't go after Deadeye Joe, he comes back here and becomes a nuisance throughout the fight, or throughout the game. So, yeah. This is when you just gotta go ham and just unload on him before he gets any ideas. Okay, and I call it 7 Farce because if you played Gunstar Heroes, 7 Force is a fight where you're constantly going horizontal and vertical, fighting up to 7 different forms, and it's easily one of the best fights in Gunstar Heroes and like in shooters in general. And you're constantly engaging and just going and just on with the fight. And this is not that. You're just waiting for the next phase to happen, and it is, it's not great. So yeah, sometimes he'll get a little frisky with his propeller blade, and you just shoot him away. But like, you can't do anything to advance this phase. You just gotta run the clock out. And listen to the rest of the theme, which is pretty much the only reason they exist. Which is funny because there's one track that has even less representation of the full track called Moonlit Army, which is like a 2.5-minute song, and you'll be lucky to hear like 15 seconds of it. This will be your graveyard. There will be blood shed. Oh, you know, just hanging around. Next phase. Good position, I think. Okay. I like how the points don't register until after he decides to start moving. That little noise was my extra life fanfare. For however many points you get. It's funny that this game doesn't show your score until after you game over. So like, I'm assuming it's every like either 10 or 50,000 points for extra life. But yeah. Yeah. With Joe in the cockpit, he will fire missiles at you. But this robot will always fire missiles at you at this part. Also, oh jeez. Yeah, a note with the V laser, if you're at maximum distance from the screen, then the bullets won't fire as quickly, so you'll do less damage and have less coverage. Now, Browny's weapons are perfect for this boss because there's a recoil system with with this, the first phase and last phase, and Browny's B weapon basically does like the perfect lack of recoil, so you can just like fire with impunity, as long as you avoid that laser. Which if you make him wobble too much, then that fight becomes way harder. I think I remember the first time I fought this boss as a kid, I just got completely blown out by that laser, didn't know what the hell was happening, and I was super scared by it. Also, it's one of the first times that you have to basically learn that sliding, it gives you iframes, and you have to slide under for the non-short characters, which everyone except Browny is non-short. That's what everyone calls tall people now, just non-short. Alright. Time for my favorite boss fight conceptually, the Doctor, who betrayed us. He combines... He takes every enemy from the previous level and combines them into different things. The first is Big Wormfly. And it's such a cool concept for a boss, just like seeing the devs just like combine all the enemies into different hybrid beasties and just seeing what they come up with. It's so neat. There's a monkey fly. The only time you see the front view of that monkey people sprite. Short people centered height language. I'm a vertically challenged news anchor. Stupid flying flower, who it was my least favorite growing up. Okay, this guy normally gives you items, but we gotta kill him. I'm sorry, little buddy. We gotta keep it moving. More ape-tastrophe. This song, like many in the soundtrack, is a bop. I almost made a really bad mistake there and jumped into that guy. They just like, mix it all up! Mix some of my frames! And then we get Walter Cronkite, who proceeds to eat the Doctor. The bad Doctor, not the good Doctor. Also, most of Browny's weapons pierce. I can't... That fight's a little tricky. And that's the way it was. It's a little tricky without a piercing weapon. The bad Doctor. The bad Doctor. Yeah, not the good Doctor, the bad Doctor. He's a very bad Doctor. Alright. Now we're on the ocean. We're going to be fighting three, I can only assume, are unmanned robots. And then conclude this level with one of the best fights in the series. I also love how the camera, like, or the water camera, like, adjusts based on how you're fighting the boss, or where in the level you're fighting the boss. Like, it goes up to show the guy underwater. Ah, so cool. This game rules. I remember when I first played this, I was like, oh my gosh, another mission briefing, because none of the other paths, besides this one, have a mission briefing after the jungle area, so it's... Okay. Okay. Dolphin dead. Don't worry about that. Alright. Now you fight all three robots at once. And they combine. Ah, this is great. I love this fight. Yeah, just yo-yo them all. Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different attacks they'll do per phase. And they won't switch phases until after their attack is completed, so we kind of lost a little time there, but you know. Form 2, change 2. Now he's Burb. Nice. His attacks and waste. That one attacks and wastes a lot of times. Change 3! This one always gave me trouble as a kid for some reason. Make sure you land where the crosshair is, that way you don't die. Change! Now we're on to the final main level of the game, which can be a little scary. Make sure to grab that bombo, and make sure not to grab the oh! I thought that was a good deal. Alright. Good. Okay, now we'll be fighting the enemy soldiers, and they're doing their best formation. Goofy as hell. Okay, here's where it's gonna get diciest, because Bahamut is not a nice fight. Alright. He gives me an ending choice, and no, I refuse. I refuse. Oh, that was close. Okay, yeah. Depending on how much he hops around, he's a little. Oh, they've said damn and hell in this game. This game is not safe for stream, guys. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Because we're flying on a rocket now. We've got to blow up the alien cell so that it descends safely into civilian areas. We found these nice escape pods. And Deadeye Joe's here. The least, the least ceremonious, last fight for him. He gets a pretty cool robot in the D route, which is if you surrender instead of fight to the end. Wait to catch up to the rocket. Browny looks at the camera. Jump, jump, jump. Slide, slide, slide. Okay, let's see if we can get a frickin'... Alright, we're good. Alright, keep going. Take out the spit worm. Gotta go. Good luck on the run. See you in a bit. Yep, see you in a bit, Rox. Thanks for coming out. Okay, now we gotta see the Entipede. Ah! Yeah, sometimes the yo-yo won't quite cooperate. Because of how it tracks enemies. Alright, now we fight the alien cell. Honestly, wait, I'll say that for later. He attacks the sprite limit because the game can't keep up. Banging ass boss theme. and he just spits out worms. David K's Megatron spits out worms, and then you gotta blow up his heart face. And then that'll be it. That'll be it. And then that'll be it. Time, I think. 25 minutes, not too bad. Yeah, that is the lab to fight route, which yeah, like I said, C ending, basically the golden ending. Yeah, I like that fight. I wish it had one extra phase because it's kind of the least interesting of the final bosses, which is a shame considering it's the golden ending. But it's still pretty cool. Just it feels like that second phase isn't something that is appropriate for the climax of this whole route, especially given how good a lot of the bosses in this route are. Well, to be fair, Bahamut's kind of lame, but you know.